Okay, what we're going to look at today is Chapter 1 test review. Okay, and these are actual problems off of a practice test that I gave to the students. And the test that they'll be taking will be very similar to this, so if they can be successful on these problems, they certainly can do well on the test. Alright, the first type of problems that we're going to see are ones that are written out like this, okay, and they're going to actually have to write them as what we call a numerical expression. Okay, so we want to make these with a number and an operation sign. No equal sign. Expressions don't have equal signs. So we take 3 less than 10. Okay, so we're going to write 10 down, and we're going to take 3 from it. That would be 3 less. So there would be the numerical expression for this one. All right, a number increased by 13. Okay, so we're going to take a number. We'll use the variable n. This is actually an algebraic expression here because we got a variable involved. So n is going to be our variable. That stands for the number. We want to increase it. So if we're going to increase it, we're going to add to it. Okay, increase it by 13. So n plus 13. All right. This one, the quotient of 48 and a number. Now quotient, I have to know that that's division. The quotient of 48 and a number, so 48, and we are going to divide by a number. Okay, so the quotient of 48 and a number would look like that. Or this one, it could be set up also like this with a fraction bar, 48 divided by n. Okay, they'll probably more commonly see it this way actually, because that's the way you'll see it in higher level math like we're starting to get into. Okay, let's take a look now at another grouping here. Here's number 4, 5, 6, and 7 off of their practice test. This one they have to use order of operations. Okay, an order of operations tells us we multiply before we add here. So we got to go 12 times 4 is 48. And 48 plus 3 then is 51. So the answer to that problem is 51. This one here, okay, we have to do what's in the parentheses first. So 8 minus 2 is 6. And this means, we bring my 6 down here, this means 6 times 6, no operation sign between the two, 6 times 6 is 36. All right, this one a little more complicated. Take care of the parentheses first. Okay, so this is 8. So we have 7 times 8. My subtraction sign I bring down. Okay, 18 divided by 3. I bring that all down as well. Now we follow order of operations again. We do multiplication and division before we subtract here. And we work from left to right, just like we read words out of a book. So 7 times 8 is 56. 56 minus 18 divided by 3 is 6. Okay, now we finish it off. 56 minus 6 is 50. Okay, and over here is number 7. Okay, now on number 7, they give us the values for A and B. I wrote them in there, but they're off of the screen. So I'll just write them off of here. Okay, A is 7 and B is 4. Okay, so we got 7 times 4 minus 5. That's our problem. All right, A was 7, so I put 7 in here. B is 4, so I put 4 in here. This isn't 74 now, it's 7 times 4. And we do that first. 7 times 4 is 28, and 28 minus 5 will give us our answer of 23. Okay. Here's another group, okay? And once again, these are running off. Let me put this over here. I think then we may see it. All right, so this one here has r plus 2s minus 9. R is 8, and s is 5. Okay, so I'm going to put 8 in for r. You can't see the r, but as soon as I write, it goes off the screen there. So now we can see it. Okay, so we got 8 in for r. It's a plus sign. This is an s. I don't like s's for variables, but that's a variable. Okay, 2 times 5, because s equals 5, minus 9. Okay, now we have to follow order of operations within this problem. We need to multiply first here. This is 10. So we got 8 plus 10 minus 9. 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 minus 9 is 9. Okay, so our answer to that problem is 9. Okay, here is number 9, and once again, these are off the screen, so I'll fill them in. Let's see, U is 9. Okay, V is 4, and W is 6. Okay, so now I can substitute those into this problem right here. Okay, so I have 9 plus 4 times 4, okay, minus W, which is 6. So there's my problem now. Okay, now I have to multiply first, very similar to the one we just did. We get 16 here. So we got 9 plus 16 minus 6. Work from left to right. Okay, 9 plus 16 is 25. 25 minus 6 is 19. Okay, and be careful. Take your time. All right, now we have a couple properties to name, 11 and 12. Or 10 and 11, I should say. Number 10, 11 times 0 equals 0. That's the multiplicative property of 0. Okay, so we're just going to put 0 property, as long as you can remember that. Anything times 0 is 0, it's a 0 property. This one here, 4 times 1 is equal to 1 times 4. The order is just switched, okay, and that's commutative. Okay, so that one's commutative property, this one was property of 0. All right, number 12. This time we got to combine what we can here. We got to simplify it is what the directions are going to ask. Okay, so we'll go 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, and we don't know what m is, so that's as far as we can simplify it to 12 times m. Over here, same thing. Put our like terms together, 31 and 10 we can combine, that's 41. Okay, plus our variable, which is n. Now remember, this is an addition problem, so 41 plus n. This was a multiplication problem, so 12 times m. You've got to pay attention to the operation signs when you're combining or simplifying these type problems. Okay. All right, now on the other side here now, students have to be able to graph on a coordinate grid, or at least understand how to graph on a coordinate grid. Okay, the first question that they're going to have to do is there's going to be a point, okay? And the point is going to be right here. And they're going to want the students to name that point. What is that point? So if we start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it was 7 that way. And now how many up do we have to go? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so right from here, okay, it's 7, 3. Okay, so the coordinate here for this point is 7, 3. All right, and that happens to be point M on their, or point N, I should say, on their practice test. N. Okay, the other thing they're going to have to do, there's going to be a point, okay, and it's at 2, 5, so over to the right 2 and up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be a point right here. This is on their practice test. That is M, okay, and they want students to be able to name that point. Well, you go 1, 2, and then how many up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's 2, 5. And once again, here's how we did it. We went 1, 2, and then up 5 to that point. So 2, 5. All right. Okay. Now, this here deals with filling in a table, a function table, basically. And what students have to do is figure out what the missing y values would be here. Well, if you can see, when x is 1, y is 0. When x is 3, y is 2, 5, 4, 7, 6. So it's 1 less. Okay, y is 1 less than x in each case. So that means this would be 7, and this would be 9. Because 7 is 1 less than 8, and 9 is 1 less than 10. Okay, so when they fill in the two values, they're 7 and 9. Then they have to find the rule, or to be able to pick out the rule in the multiple choice type question. Okay, and those are always y equals. Y equals what's happening to x to get y? Well, we're taking 1 away. Okay, so if you take x, and you put x down, and you subtract 1 from it, you're going to have what y is. So that is the rule right there, or what they have to pick out. And like I told the students, they can use trial and error. Try it out. You know, they got 4 choices to choose from. Find the one that actually works. If you put 1 in here for x, 1 minus 1 does equal 0. If you put 3 in here for x, 3 minus 1 does equal 2. It should work out. Okay? Pick one of the larger numbers, 10. Put 10 in here. 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay, y then does come out to 9. Yeah, and that's pretty much it as far as, let's see if I got anything else on here. There's a few other things they got to be able to do, but, well, here's another, let's go to this right here. Here we have a situation where they have to determine whether or not a scatter plot is going to form a positive or negative or no relationship. And these are the values that they're given. So what I told them is quickly make yourself a little scatter plot. Okay, so if I go ahead and I put in some intervals here, and they don't have to get very fancy with this. Okay, these are the x numbers and these are the y numbers. Okay, so less than 20. Okay, so I'm just going to start here with 20. Okay, less than 20. This one is 25, 30. I'm going to go in intervals of 5. That seems to work all well for this. Okay, and then here, our smallest is 20 and it goes to 67. So if I put a little squiggle here, I can start with 20, and I'll go in intervals of 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, these happen to be the distance of some field goals. This happened to be the field goal success, how many you made. Okay? So we go ahead and we fill them in. Less than 20, 67. So I put a point about right here. Okay, 25 is 55, so I'll point about right here. And they can just quickly go through these. They don't have to be perfect. 47 for 30, 35, 40. Okay, 40 is 33. And 45 is 20. Okay, so something like that. And now if they go to their book and you look on page 41, they can pick out what kind of relationship this is. It's sloping downward from left to right. And that would then be a negative relationship between the data. What that means in this case here, the further out you are, the less successful you're going to be at making the field goals. Okay, we can put a fitted line in here. A fitted line is a straight line added to a scatter plot to help predict. So if you were predicting here, you know, you might make a prediction, well, you get over 50 yards and your likelihood of making them is really low, you know, or something like that. Or you get less than 20 yards, then you got a really good chance of making a field goal. But anyway, that's the data, that's the relationship between the distance and the field goals made. So as long as they can understand that and at least pick out that it's a negative relationship and they can look at their inner book to determine that, they should be fine on that type of problem. Okay, one more. Okay, this is the bonus problem. Okay, they had to first of all write it as an expression and then solve it. Okay, so you multiply, add the two together for a bonus question. Not an overly difficult bonus. I think certainly they need to try it, and you know, it's worth quite a bit. It takes the place of what they get wrong on the test. So bonus questions are certainly good to do. That's how it gets set up though. Thank you.